the area.
Multiple snap power poles, live wires throughout the entire area. We're encouraging residents to stay inside, not to go outside unless they absolutely need to.
Captain Baroto says the department has so far found power lines down all over the area, stretching from 77th Place to 82nd Street. He reports one woman was injured and taken to St. Mary's Trauma Center. We do not know how she was injured or the extent of those injuries.
Meanwhile, our crews have been out in the acreage all morning talking to homeowners who've been affected by this morning's storm. And that's where we find News Channel 5's Jamel Renee. And Jamel, what kind of damage are you seeing?
Good morning, Keely. Yeah, we are still out here in the acreage, and I just want to tell you that a lot of these homeowners have started to try to clean up before the next round of storms comes through. Let's take a look at this home first. I spoke with this homeowner. His name was Gene. Now, where you see this white vehicle, the white truck, that was actually in the parking lot or behind those two cars. Now, those two cars have been pushed together, the yellow Hummer and the Jeep, but this white truck right here was pushed all the way over to this tree, and it has a lot of front damage, and you can see that the window has been blown out. But take a look at this house over here. I think we had chopper pics over it earlier, but this is where a lot of damage was on 67th Road here, right off of 130th Avenue here in the acreage. Now, there was at least two. You can see one huge tree that still hasn't been cut down yet, but these workers have been out here for the last hour, maybe hour and a half, cutting down the tree that fell onto the top part of this roof. We can't see behind this home right now, but there's a water fountain that's spouting up. The backyard is pretty much flooded, but they've been doing as much cleaning as they can. Now, up and down the street and behind all of these homes, there are tons of power lines that are down. A lot of these residents here are still without power. A lot of them still have a lot of cleaning up to do, and they're hoping that they can just get the help they need before this next storm of systems come through. Now, again, we know that Katie Johnson is also out here in the Loxahatchee area, and she has some storm damage to look at.
Quite a mess here off of Temple Boulevard here in the acreage. Right in front of this family's home, you'll see their fence just ripped out of the ground, and actually part of it is across the street in their neighbor's yard, which, as you can see, is a mess as well. Now, this is one of the most badly damaged homes that we've seen so far on Temple Boulevard. You'll see on the ground some tiles from the roof of the house ripped off the roof, thrown across the yard. Look up at this power line right here. That's part of a shed, I believe, that was in the backyard of this house. That shed just torn apart as well. Look at these tree limbs. I mean, these are coming from pretty sturdy trees here. This tree just knocked down to the ground. We actually went inside this home. We spoke with one of the residents here. He tells us his little brother woke him up this morning because he was afraid of what was going on. He was actually sitting in the family's living room at the time when winds actually blew through one of the doors here, busting all the glass in the door, shattering it across the room. So this is just a glimpse of what we're seeing out here in the western communities. This is one of the most badly damaged homes. As I said earlier, one of the residents here telling us he's sad to see what happened to his house, but he's happy that his friends and his family are safe. He says it's going to take a lot of help to clean up from this mess, but he says he's glad that he has his friends and family to help him get through it. In the acreage, Katie Johnson, WPTV News Channel 5.